They didn't even believe me. Didn't really think I was psychic. Didn't really think I had a direct connection with the divine. So the ancestors began to up my spiritual gifts even more. If they didn't believe me, they would not have gang stalked me all my life. Spirit told me through my gifts that my grandfather, my dad's father, was in fact my dad. That I already knew my mother always went for married men and that she was dealing with them at the same time. My grandfather was wealthy and he knew I was his daughter. He was very proud that I was his daughter. And my dad brother was very jealous and also angry that his dad, one, slept with one of his women, and two, had a child with her. At the time, my dad brother was also married with two children. After I was born, my father and mother still dated and saw each other. They became closer and talked about moving in together. They had also joined some very dark Masonic slash Eastern Stars type of secret societies. During this time, my dad brother found my father's will and became very angry as my father left me a fortune and left my dad brother nothing. Then the devil got busy. I'm talking about too damn busy. They, meaning my mom and dad, came up with a scheme to unalive my father and take his fortune, ensuring I would never see a penny. Let the gang stalking begin. My whole life has been a lie. After they unalived my father and made it seem his death was something it wasn't, my karmic mother controlled my life. Being a part of a dark coven, she was taught how to siphon energy, basically an energy vampire. The woman I knew as the mom that raised me, that I spent all my life trying, time and time again, to gain her trust, was in fact a dark ass karmic witch. Their coven spent their whole lives being narcissists, targeting individuals, robbing others of life, money, and energy. As a young child, I did something supernatural. I don't even know what it was. It was something they won't even tell me. I think I probably made some move across the room with my mind or some telekinesis type stuff. And my aunts and other family members were extremely jealous of my gifts, even though I was a baby. This began a very rough and tough life for the kid. During childhood, I lived with my mom. Dad brother could not live with what they did to his dad, my father. So he decided to go into ministry. He invited my mother to join the ministry as well as his first lady, but she declined. He moved across country and I never spoke with him again until I was on the way to college. He thought dedicating his life to God would negate the dark he did earlier in life. I did not know why he wasn't present in my life at the time, but my connection to spirit, my psychic abilities, they told me it was because I really wasn't his child. Throughout the years, he did call and communicate via phone to my mom. I barely heard from him though. He would send me $25 each December for Christmas and my birthday. My childhood was okay. I was void of love in my household, but lived in a very loving family community, and I did receive love within this band, though. My mom was not too loving, not very affectionate at all. I would often say, "Mom, do you love me?" She would angrily reply, "Of course I love you. Stop asking me these stupid questions." Other times when I asked, she would say nothing at all. At times like Christmas, I was never given what I asked for, but what rather my mom wanted me to have. It was a distinct difference on how she treated me and my older brother and sister that lived in the house with me. She often pitted us against each other, treating our brother like the prodigal son. She would get into drawn out physical fights with my sister. I'm talking about, man, she would be pulling her hair on the toilet, pulling it out. She was only like 10. These drawn out fights. She would fight my sister like a strange auntie on the street from a young preteen age until she was an adult. She always dealt with married men. My brother and sister would be on the school bus, and some man she had, taking naps and shit across the bed during the day. You know how your mom messing with somebody, he fell asleep and forgot to get his crusty ass up out the bed before you came home from school. Yeah, so he used to be across the bed. Later, he ended up living with us. His kids would ask them on the bus how their dad was. I'm so glad that didn't happen to me because I don't know how well I would have received that comment. I don't even know if I could have been, you know. So, physical abuse, emotional abuse, tyranny, and combativeness fill my life. I spent most of my life trying to please my mother and gain her acceptance and love. I tried, fought long and hard, only to find hour later as I awakened that acceptance would never ever come. When I needed signatures for college, she did not sign on purpose. This caused me PTSD, social anxiety, low self esteem, and being very emotionally disturbed at times as a child and adult. I played sports and had many scholarship offers. I was only 17 when going to college, so the coaches and recruiters had to speak with her first at this time. She messed up many of my scholarship offers on purpose. I'm talking about all of them. I was a fast little youngin' too. I finally went to college, got married at 20. It was on my own ever since then. She wanted to control every aspect of my life still. I left and began my life seeking my mother's acceptance. I thought I was a good child. I did get pregnant as a teenager. I got a scholarship to college. I got married early, not shacking up, graduating college. I thought I was raised right and doing my big one. How can my parent not celebrate me now? I thought the rigorous life of a single parent may have mom tired, so I gave her much leeway as a child. I cleaned the whole house each Sunday. The response I received was, "You didn't clean my room though." I just knew as an adult now, I was out of her way, that I would have some time in her love. I mean, really, we could go shopping and meet for lunch on the weekends, for holidays. I could treat her and buy expensive, trendy gifts I thought she might like. Still, nothing was ever good enough for her because she was an evil, dark witch who masked herself behind Catholic religion most of the time. I would encourage her some days when she was having a hard day and say, "Don't worry, Mom, you're building treasures in heaven." She would reply, "I want my treasures now." The emotional and mental abuse no longer worked. As I was older, I realized something was not quite right. I had started to awaken without going crazy, so my family could not claim the power of attorney over me they wanted to. The inheritance that my father left me was placed in offshore accounts. My mom's coven began to do readings on me and found out that my destiny was to be something great and that I was of ancient Egyptian royal descent and that I will awaken eventually one day and be the demise of their coven and many others. This enraged them. Many covens, and they all initiated an attack on little old me. This is when the gang stalking really began. The coven joined forces with dark cults to try to drive me crazy so that the power of attorney could be true one day. Wrong, bitches. Between the cults and the covens span police officers, judges, attorneys, IRS consultants, property managers, government employees, you name it. They had total control over operations in the county where I resided. And their cults and the covens, they had total, complete autonomy over my life. They started a smear campaign. It was crazy. If I had auto payments, they came out twice. My devices were hacked. Cameras were placed in my home. They paid any and everyone to attack me. They paid all my friends to attack me in various ways. The name of the game was to drive me crazy, so I would be so frustrated and react to call somebody bodily harm so they could say I was crazy and press charges. They wanted to back me into a corner so that I would either land in a mental ward or in jail. My connection to spirit told me this. So I worked on myself. It told me this early in life, years ago, many, many moons ago. I knew I would need patience to be grounded and calm to proceed and finish my mission. They have had my car repossessed, tried to foreclose on my home, have paid people to change my medical records, have constantly called the police with false reports to have me investigated. My sister called the IRS and lied to have me audited. They tampered with my car. They unalived my pets. My mom paid DL men to come treat me any old way and to break my heart. Every connection I had was lied to, told I was crazy, dangerous, unstable. And when that didn't work, they paid people to do whatever. They traveled to practitioners and spent a mad amount of money on death magic and black magic. None of it worked. This made the covens and the cults more than angry. So they mad as hell. Like, no, this little chick out here, she is not going to destroy us. Shit. Anyway, they decided to hire a hitman. But guess what? The hitman fell in love with me and could not carry out the task. More gang stalking ensues. They get me fired from another job. They send more fake lovers and friends. They all end up healing around the true earth angel, though. Kidnap my kids and turn them against me, and then let dark entities invade them. Have friends and lovers poison me, sent me so much death and mental magic because nothing was working in their plan and their time was growing short as my awakening had commenced and I was on the rise. It never worked. And they know I'm very protected. Now they're running scared because those demons they conjured up, they want payment. And some dummy even tried to sacrifice their own child for the spell work. And it's in panic mode right now because that joint backfiring. If I vibrate any higher, which I have, they are not able to reach me. If that's to happen, then everything they did to me will come out. And also the reason why they did it. It was too bad because I was waking up and I'm waking up fast. The spell work backfired. Some of them are sick and going crazy right now at this moment. These cults and covens all sleep with each other. And an incurable disease has plagued almost everyone. People are being evicted out of their homes. They are losing their jobs, relationships, and money. Everything they wished on me is happening to them. They are still paying the practitioners that will actually still see them. Because all the other practitioners won't because the magic done backfire because I'm protected and I'm strong. And I will, boof, send that joint back to you. So, people are now thinking about confessing and coming clean so I can pray for them. Honey, there's nothing I can do for you. It's nothing I can do for you, boo-boo. You conjured up those demons with that graveyard magic. Them your friends now, little Tink Tink. You play with them. You have so much fun with them when you do, too. And this story will be continued.